Well, hello there, each and every one of you. Let's see who's in the room. Okay. We've got quite a few participants here. And I hope, I'm sorry, guys. I'm home and I'm all housewifed up because I have to go pick up my husband. I was cleaning, I was doing whatever. And I said, you know what? My alarm just went off and said it's time for us to conduct one of our trainings. So for those who don't know me, you're on the Prosperity Club probably if you're watching this broadcast, but it will probably be repurposed for something else. So I guess if it's going to be repurposed, y'all, let me get my hair together. Let me get my hair together. Trying to figure out where my little other ponytail holder went. It's on the floor or something, but anyway, for those who are on the platinum and gold levels, you're probably getting this training. And for those who, and this part probably will be edited out anyway, but for those who are watching via some other type of platform, you are going to get an edited version of this, and this is going to be a paid for training. But anyway, let me get these glasses on here so I can see what I am recording here. But today we're going to talk about building a dream team. And if people want to ask questions, you can put it through the chat box. You can also, if you're watching this during the replay, you can, because the replay people will probably get all of this. Y'all will probably get all of this. But then when I repurpose it, you know, me doing my hair and all that stuff will be edited out. Those who are on the Prosperity Club platform, we are family. Oh, there go my other ponytail holders too. We're family, so, you know, I kind of conduct myself that way. But I was like, oh, Lord, let me just take my hair out. I had it all up in housewife mode and that kind of stuff. But anyway, I want to talk about building a dream team. Many people who are on this gold and platinum level, you guys already have a business, okay? You have a business already, or you are doing something that is generating some sort of income with you, and you will benefit from this teaching. So how to build a dream team. Let me see if I can share this a little bit. Let's see. Let me get on my share. I want to share from my, oh, I didn't know I could share from my iPad. I want to share from my desktop. That's what I want to share. Share the screen. And I'm going to go over to my pictures here. I want to bring up a couple of pictures to guide us through this, okay? And so today, boom, where we at? Why are you not blowing up? There we go. I don't know if you guys can still see me or not, but if not, that's okay. I want you to see this about building your dream team. And if you notice, I love this graphic because we're seeing people who are trying to keep the word team together. Somebody's handling the T, somebody has the E, someone has the A, someone has the M. And they're all putting effort in, and because of their entire effort, they're forging together the word team, okay? And dream is something that's above them that they're, you know, they're trying to aspire toward, and hopefully that they will get. It's something that they look up towards, that they're working towards, and that's how a dream is. It's a mission statement. It's a goal. It's something that we're working toward, but everyone's playing their part to make sure that we are achieving that. So now I want to get to this. Let's talk about some dysfunctional teams, first of all, before we start talking about what teams are, dysfunctional teams. At the very base of a dysfunctional team, there is an absence of trust, okay? No one trusts one another. There is, well, you know, like I teach in any type of relationship, you got to have trust. And if you're not trusting that person, you're not going to be able to believe in them. And there's times in your team, just like in faith or any type of religion or anything that requires any type of faith, even if it's not religious, you have to have anything that requires faith, you have to have an element of trust, okay? And so teamwork is founded in vulnerability. knowing that you don't know everything, knowing that you cannot handle everything, recognizing that you're not the smartest person out there. Um, that's what the basis of building a great team is, really realizing that you don't know it all and you need to get help. Okay. But when you have a dysfunctional team, it's an absence of trust. Okay. Then number two, the second level when you have a dysfunctional team is fear of conflict. Ooh, I hear this all the time. You don't want to disagree with your team. You don't want the team to disagree with you. You think everything is going to be harmonious. Everybody's going to always agree one with the other. There's times, I have customers or people who may be part of the team and they think things should happen a certain way. Of course, if it's valid, we listen to it. But then there's times you have to stick to your guns and you say, if we do it this way, it's going to fall apart. And, with owning a theater company, I have a lot of team members, okay, to get a show done. I may be producing or directing, or that time I may be on stage, but I can't do all of those jobs and expect to have a great show. So I have to trust that the costume person knows what they're doing. I can give them the time period of the play that we plan on doing, but I have to trust that they're going, and they have, part of their job is to get back to me to show me different designs from a certain time period of the play that we're trying to do. But once all, it's agreed upon everyone, okay, yeah, that's the time period, that's what we're going to do. I don't need to micromanage, okay, my team. And so when you have a dysfunctional team, there's a fear of conflict. Okay, once trust is established, teams are unafraid of debate about ideas. Once you know the people have your best interests at heart and that they are on your team for real, then you should be able to debate ideas. You shouldn't be afraid that they're not going to agree with you. Because if you're not a great money cruncher, okay, or you could be okay at it, but it's really not your thing, you're not going to see the importance of finding the last 50 cents. And you're not going to see why the number cruncher is saying, well, we're getting over budget. We got to be really careful. There's times that you may want to go over budget, but that's why you have that person there, that they're set there to keep you on track. Okay. The other thing, level 3, is lack of commitment. This is a dysfunctional team. Okay. Because if it's functional, you're going to be committed. If it's functional, you're not going to be afraid to debate one with the other, for the common good, okay? And you're going to have trust one with the other. But on level 3 is a lack of commitment. Team must buy in and commit to decisions despite initial disagreement. You have to be all the way in. I see that with some of the teams that I start, especially and particularly one of the latter teams, because the people don't see me every day. They don't come into work every day. They're not getting a check. And so it's a lot tougher to get them to commit, okay? Commit to the dream, commit to the mission, commit to the product, commit to the service, all right? And so, it's amazing how I do so well with people who don't see me all the time, and people have businesses where they see people all the time, and yet they have people on their team who are not committed. I mean, if you're not committed, that's one thing that's going to be a complete turnoff with me when you're part of my team. You've got to have commitment, okay? So level 4 now is avoidance of accountability. Okay, the teammates must hold each other accountable to group decisions and vision. All right. So if you have, going back to the theater, and we're trying to get a play done, okay, and the playwright's job is to write the play, the costume people can't do anything. The marketer can't sell any tickets. The usher can't help anybody down the aisle unless the playwright actually writes the play. And, I have brand directors with the Wise Courtship Movement, and I have now brought it down to 3 people, and we'll probably be adding more. Now, of course, that area is a little sticky because This is a team of people who don't see me on a regular basis. We're not cutting checks and et cetera, et cetera. So it's going to be challenging, but I do like a challenge. But when you're paying people and they cannot commit and be accountable, when you give them an assignment, it's not getting done, that is a level of dysfunction on your team. You got to have people who are accountable. They've got to be able to be relied upon to do what they say they're going to do. And of course, on this top tier, number 5 is inattention to results. Team is focused on the success of the project and getting results. All right, so you got to be focused. You got to be, it's got to be successful. That's what your focus is. If you're not looking at the bottom line, if you're not looking at results to see that you're getting what you thought you were getting, then it's going to fail. And I've seen places where, whether it's churches and your bottom goal is to have souls saved, and you don't pay attention to the results, you're doing everything, but you're not getting that bottom line result. If you're you got a daycare and everyone is supposed to learn their ABCs, within a month of being in school, and you get to the 29th day and they don't know 2 letters, you've done a lot of fun things. You've taken them out on trips, what have you, but you have not paid attention to the results. You're not focused on the success. Everyone has to be totally focused on the goal and winning, okay, in their area. So this was a great graphic that I wanted to show in regards to team success and building a dream team. So let me get this share off here. Let me move me back. Can I get back there or see myself? Okay, stop share. There we go. Boom. Boom, did a boom, boom, boom. So if you have any questions, you can always put your questions through the chat box if you like. And so what makes a great team? Well, I just already said through some of the opposite things that I was saying is what makes a great team. But also, you've got to have a clear vision. Okay, that's number 1. And I'm not going to be on here long because, our trainings are contingent upon who shows up. They're not really long. I usually do maybe 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes of instruction. The rest is Q&A. I try to keep it down to about 15 minutes of instruction so that we could do Q&A. And if there's no Q&A, then I go. But it is here for you to get this training. But if people are not here to answer questions and things like that, I just tend to move on and just leave this for you to watch. And then I'm very, very interactive with you guys. So when you're watching, if there's more different training that you would like to receive out of it, I will. I tend to train a whole lot better based off when people are on and they're pulling from me and all of those types of things. But anyway, building a dream team, 1, you have to have an awesome goal. You've got to know what it is you're trying to do. Okay. So if you own, a restaurant and the goal is to have the best tasting food, ever, then that's the focus. Okay. Sure, you want to make money. Sure, you want to make good sales and stuff. But if your focus gets on making more money and not being the best tasting food, then you see how it can change. It can change what you're trying to do. So you want to all be focused on one goal, have a great goal in mind. But then you must bring people in who are going to help you achieve that goal. Okay, and there's a lot of people who are on your team. I thought I had another graphic, so please excuse me if I poke around here for a minute because I could have swore I had another graphic, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't put it in this folder. But yeah, because I thought I had another. Let me see. I thought I had another graphic, but if I didn't, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let me just check one more time. Look at all my pictures, y'all. No, I don't see it. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Let's see. Boom. This is exactly what I wanted to say to you. Okay, you are in the center. Okay. When you're building a dream team, realize that it is more than you. Okay. Now, I like this graphic because it brought in a whole, I wanted to find an industry that had a huge team, okay? Some industries, you only have maybe 3 people part of your team, okay? But some industries, there's only one person. It could be just you, or it could be you and another person in your immediate sphere. But when you add it all together, there's more people. Like, for instance, in my publishing company, there's basically myself and an assistant, okay? But then I have, when I really work on the project, it expands. Then it goes to the cover designer, the editor. It depends on who is bringing who into play. Very often, too, just like here, this is you here, and then you see an appraiser. Evidently, this person's a realtor, an appraiser, okay? You only use the appraiser when your customer, you recommend that they use an appraiser. They may not always do so. Okay, so this person could be part of your team, especially if you're gathering great people who know what to do, and you want to kind of keep really efficient people in your corner. Now, your customer may not utilize this person, but this person you have as part of your team because that's what you want to have done. Now, let's just say you're a real estate investor, which is different than being a realtor. Okay, so as a realtor, you're working maybe for a buyer or seller. But when you're a real estate investor, you're working for yourself, and when you use an appraiser, they're working for you, okay? Not necessarily for your customer, okay? So this person would be part of your team. Investors, if you use different investors to help you buy real estate, maybe there's an apartment building that you cannot buy on your own, so you tend to hook up with other investors whenever you're trying to buy apartment buildings because they can give 20% and the other person gives 30% and you give 50 and whatever and on, okay? This here may be a partner who handles your rental and passive income. See, rentalandpassiveincome.com. This may be where you get your leads from, all right? And that's a partner, okay? And then this also shows that a partner can be someone who may not be a physical breathing person, but it is an entity, a business, a service that you constantly go to in order to get your work done, okay? Then lawyers and accountants, okay? Wholesalers and contractors. You may speak to your lawyer and accountant more on a regular basis, but your wholesalers and your contractors, maybe you don't utilize them as much. Insurance agents, mentors, bankers, it goes on and on and on. The different people that are in your circle. Now, I know I'm a real estate investor. One of the people that I work with all the time is a realtor, even though there's times I get properties on my own, okay? I may work with them. Same thing with the banker, but then there's times that I want to pay cash. Some of these partners you will see on a regular basis, okay? So you may have a company where, for instance, let's go back to the theater company, because I think some of you are familiar with the job descriptions and what people do in the theater company, okay? So if I own a theater company, I may be working with a director, or I may decide to do it. But if I work with a director, that becomes a partner of mine. That becomes part of my dream team, okay? Then I may work with a costumer, makeup artist, the actors, okay? The company manager, the box office person. All of these people are team members and are very, very important to making sure that I have a successful business, product, service, event, what have you, okay? So that's why building a dream team is important, because they are there to make sure you win at a particular task. Now, they may be getting a lot out of it, okay? Whether it's a salary, whether it's credit, whether it's being connected in this particular project, but whoever they are and wherever they're coming, they have to be committed to the vision, and they have to be willing to work for the common good. Now, how do you build a great dream team? I just want to check my time there. We got about 5 more minutes. And if you have any questions, you can ask. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can always contact me either on the platform or email me at info@wisecourtship.com. How do you build a great dream team? Well, first of all, you can't be afraid to pick people who are opposite of you. Okay. If you're not a money cruncher and you need someone to be an accountant, you just need to know enough to know that they know what they're talking about. And if you need to get someone to help you who's an accountant themselves, who can't do it for you, but doesn't mind helping you choose someone, okay? Ultimately, the decision is yours. You don't want to ever push a decision off squarely on someone else's shoulder. You can sit in the interview with them. You can ask the questions with them. Maybe they can ask the questions and you can look at the body language, okay? And so they could be focused on whether or not they're giving the right answers and the correct answers. And you could be focused on the body language and see whether they gel with you. You know, what did they look like when they answered something about whether they stole or not before in the past, you know, things like that. So you can't be afraid of getting people who are experts in their area where you feel dumb. Okay, you can't be afraid of doing that. You can't also be afraid of connecting with people who are opposite of you. Maybe they do know the same thing you do, but they approach it differently. Okay, you can't be afraid of that. All right. If you're the smartest one on the team, something's wrong. All right. You really want to get people who are extremely great at what they do and give them the room to do what they do well. Yes, you need to have meetings with them. Yes, you need to oversee it, but give them room to be great at what they do. Your decision is to figure out if they are doing something they really want to do and can they give you the results that you are looking for. Okay. And I'm going to end this broadcast with something that my husband and I always say. We learned this from, oh my goodness, Robert Allen, who is an awesome real estate investor. And he said to hire slow, fire quick. Okay. Hire slow, fire quick. And that's because you need to take your time hiring the people who are going to be part of your team. And if you find out that it's not working or there's certain things that's going on, you fire quick. Don't be lax about it. Yeah, you may want to leave a paper trail, but as soon as you can, you fire. You may have a 1, 2, 3, strikes and you're out, and you have written warnings and all of that kind of stuff. That's great. Do that, but fire quick, as fast as you can. But do not hire fast. Okay. Oh yeah, this will be great. Okay, you hire. No, be very, very thoughtful about it. Be very prayerful about it. Look to see if this person is sold out for your mission statement and your vision, when is willing to work as a team, can take constructive criticism, is committed to the bottom line. Okay, remember, if the bottom line is best tasting food, are they committed to that? Not being making the most money. Because if that's not, we're in business, we want to make money. I'm not arguing that. But what I'm saying is, if that's not your number one aim, then you're opening yourself up for a lot of problems, because they're not zero focus in on what the goal is. Well, guys, I got to go. But again, if you have questions or comments, email me at info@wisecourtship.com. When we do these trainings, sometimes we have people live. We do them a lot during lunchtime while people are working, so that you can sit in your car or at your desk or whatever and plug in. There's times that we do it in the evening, but I found that doing them during the lunch hour works out, Eastern Standard Time, for most people. Well, darlings, I got to go. But again, email me at info@wisecourtship.com. We've been talking about developing a dream team. And if you have any comments, questions, email me. Or if you would like to suggest the next topic, it's possible that we may do your topic for you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Let's see. How do I get off? Let's see here. Okay.